but to God's purpose. This means it's his purpose and not ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the second condition. All things will work together for our good according to his purpose. When he woke me up this morning, he didn't wake me up just for my purpose. He had a purpose for me, and he had a purpose for you. And as long as we follow God's purpose, Lord, for whom he did foreknow. God's all-knowing, so God knows everything. It troubles me when I hear people say, God knows my heart, as if that's all he knows. Am I right about it? Huh? He also did predestinate to us to be conformed to the image of his son.
Yes. Come on, Doc.
And we're not to be like the world.
That's right.
Am I right about it?
That's right.
We got some good Christians on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, but somewhere along the line, moreover, whom he predestinated, and when the whom is God, to be conformed to the image of his son.
Yes.
My God. His son, his only son, whom he gave after he said in Genesis 6:6 that he what? He repented. God repented. He said, oh my goodness. I made such a perfect world. Am I right about it?
Come on, Brown, come on.
Then he had to reboot, so to speak.
Come on.
Then he gave his only
Lord have mercy. You want it now.
for your sins and my sins. For the sins of yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forever. And it said, and whom he called, them he also justified.
You want it now.
That those who responded faithfully to the call. You know, they say about preachers, when they say, who called? The Bible says some they, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. Glorified so he could petrify. What shall we then say to these things?
Come on now.
This refers to the suffering presently endured in verses 17 and 18. In comparison to the glory which shall be revealed in us. The glory that should be revealed in us. We should be glad that God told us. You know, in the Baptist church. Not this Baptist church.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you.
But they have a saying, Pastor, we called you. What shall we then say to these things? If God
Come on.
before us,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
why should I be afraid of the deacon? No. up this morning and started us on our way. With shouting and praise and things that wasn't pleasant to us. We can count it all joy. Huh? I don't know about you, but when I think of the goodness of Jesus, I don't know about you and all that he's done for me. My soul. And he who spared not his own son. And he did that so that we can learn to love one another. Not sometimes. Not to pick and choose. Someone just to say amen.
Amen.
And let me just put a pin right here and just share something with you. For my birthday last week, my wife, who's sitting right there, she bought me a puppy.
Come on, Brown.
And I thought about a name. Oh, I was so excited. In fact, when she called me, I was sitting right on the fifth pew, and she called me, when you know, them things where you can see the picture, whatever, you know, I'm FaceTime. But anyway, and so just as the phone rang, just as the preacher began, and I did the thing, and there was this puppy. Oh, nice, but look, oh, he's a monster now, but anyway. And so I wanted a name for him, and so he's so small, I started to name him Biggie. and it didn't work, and so you know what I called him? His name is Amen.
Amen. Right. Amen.
Amen.
Because I thought when I'm preaching, when I get home, I know I got me one. He who spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all. The cross. At the cross. Where I first. How shall he not with him also freely give us all things? God give us all good things. The problem is not with the things that God give us. The problem is with us.
Yes.
Some folk God can't give good things. I didn't say that. He said in his word, be careful. Be good stewards over that. That's not just for trustees. Okay. To be good stewards over all that God has given us. God give us breath. God give us blood. God gives us so much. I often say if when I wake up in the morning, if you're Lord, you don't do anything else. You did more for me than I can do for myself. He said, he shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect. In effect, who shall pronounce those guilty whom God pronounces righteous? If God has called you and pronounced you, how can somebody talk about and tell you what you're going to be.
Come on now. Come on now.
Who is he who condemns? No man has the right to condemn God's justification plan. If it is Christ who died, if one condemns a believer who is trusting Christ solely for justification and sanctification, he is at the same time condemning Christ and his death on the cross.
Yes.
Be careful how we judge people. We shouldn't judge people by their looks, and we shouldn't be all fuzzy about what they say.
Come on now.
Scripture say we should walk by faith
Yes.
and not by sight. I'm not going to do the rest. I just want one more verse, and then I'm going to take my seat, which means I got about half an hour more.
Go ahead and preach, man.
Now, in these last two verses, verses 38 and 39, I find two things. I find the meat and I find the confusion. In verse 38, it's not talking about me. And it's not talking about you.
All right.
But it's talking about the writer Paul. Because a lot of Christians say, I am persuaded. No, you ain't been through nothing to be persuaded of anything. The writer Paul is saying here, and he's talking about the things that he has experienced. When we experience something, then we can tell whether we've been persuaded to go left or right, up or down. But Paul said, I have almost. Some folks was almost persuaded to give up the world.
Watch out now.
Almost. When we come to church, and some folk, sorry to say, are in church, but never in the Lord. We have folk that cook in the kitchen. I be glad when I get home, when I can hear amen. For I am persuaded, Paul said, that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able, and I'm going to stop right there because we have a tendency to think that this means that everything we do is all right, and that nothing can separate us. I came from 28 to 39, but therein, in 1 through 27, that tells us what we should do and should not do, can do and cannot do, that will separate us from the love of God. For I am almost persuaded that if I live right, I'll see Jesus face to face. Not by what I do, not by how I walk, but if I believe that Jesus Christ, the only Son of God, one day bled, suffered and died, that we might have the tree of life. And for God, I live. Because can't nobody do me like Jesus. Can't nobody do me like the Lord. I thank you for your time. Thank God for my time. God bless you.